So exactly 1 year ago today, May 19th, 2019, we had a country homeowner's worst nightmare. Our septic system was backing up and the sewage was spilling out over the top of these two access lids to our septic tank. So up until that point I didn't know much about it and had to do a lot of research afterwards, but I could recognize immediately the serious trouble we were in with all of the sewage coming up over top of these lids. It was not a good sign, and in spite of my limited knowledge I knew it was bad, so I had it pumped out the next day. The first point of big trouble on May 19th, 2019, 1 year ago today, was this drain hole in our pool house. It was overflowing with sewage from backed up water to the septic tank. So once again, when I spotted that, I knew it was bad news and lots of trouble up ahead to get the problem solved. So seeing this overflowing with sewage was not a good time. So our original tile bed, it's under that green grass there and is between these stakes marking it here 1 year later. That stake down there is at the far bottom end. That stake marks the top end, at the bottom end again. And this one here marks a key point here near the top end where I put in an inspection port. And there's the other top end corner. So when all was said and done, after 3 months of hard work and research, we ended up with an aerobic system instead of an anaerobic system. That's bad news. And I put in this additional line with equalizer chambers that are very suited to our problem. So we have an additional parallel tile bed here running between that stake there and the stake down at the far end. 1 year later I have 7 inspection ports, one here right outside the septic tank where the septic tank drains towards the drain field or tile bed, and then following it down here, this is the entry point to the tile bed. So these allow me to inspect very clearly to see if everything is flowing correctly. And for the first month after the problem, of course, it wasn't flowing very well because the tile bed was full of biomat. So over here at the far left corner of the drain field or the tile bed, we have another inspection port right there, and then another one there that matches the last pipe in the drain field heading out towards that stake down there. And then of course it also feeds over to the new parallel tile bed that we put in to relieve the workload on the old tile bed while the aerobic treatment did its job and cleared the biomat. So we have a major inspection port here to see if the groundwater is coming up on us, and I'm glad to say that it's very healthy now. So that's actually 2 plastic pails turned upside down on each other and gives me a clear picture of what the ground is like underneath. I'm not at the mercy of crooked inspectors for septic systems, which is so common. So there's access port to the top end of the equalizer chambers. It gives me a clear picture of how much water is in there. And down there where that other stake is, I have another inspection port at the bottom end, so I can see clearly how much water is in the full length of the equalizer chambers. So here we have the parallel one that has worked out so well, and over here we have the original tile bed that now appears to have totally cleared itself after a year of biomat removal by turning it into an aerobic system. So out of the 7 new inspection ports I put in, this is one of the most important ones. This gives me access to the top end of the equalizer chambers. So we have a covered 4-inch pipe here, and I've got a little depth gauge here that allows me to go down and just see what the depth of the water is today. So stick that down in there, and it shows just slightly under 1 inch of water there, which is very, very minimal. So that implies strongly that the water is draining through the original tile bed that's been cleared of its biomat now from the aerobic process. So we have 11 inches of depth in that chamber, so we're only using a very small portion of it right now. And so this is giving me a clear picture of what's going on at the top end. So this is the second most important inspection port. It's at the bottom end of my equalizer chambers, my parallel new tile bed. We just have a garden sprinkler cover there, and then we have a sealed cap on top of the 4-inch inspection pipe. So I just pull that out so we can get access. And then we're using my homemade dipstick here. I'm going to stick it down in there to measure. We've got 30 inches below grade, so this is the total depth down to the bottom of the equalizer chamber. So stick that down in there to get a reading. There's a little bit of water down there, very minimal, and it's not even more than 1/8 of an inch, so it's very, very minimal, hardly any water there at all, which is a very good sign. That means the water is being dissipated primarily by the original tile bed or drain field, because its biomat has been cleared by our new aerobic process.